Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel.
Hi guys, welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most incredible villain arcs to ever grace General Hospital, the unforgettable run of Jeff Kober as Cyrus Renault. His departure from the show has left fans in shock, and the dramatic conclusion of his character's journey was as intense as we've ever seen. It's not every day that a soap opera villain leaves such a profound impact, and Cyrus was no exception. But as we say goodbye to this dangerous figure, there's still so much to unpack about his time in Port Charles. From his chilling rise to power to the shocking secrets that are left unresolved, let's take a deeper dive into what makes Cyrus' story so unforgettable. A shocking revelation that will never see the light of day. Let's start with a tantalizing mystery that Cyrus Renault may have taken to his grave. Rumor has it that before his death, Cyrus dropped a bombshell revelation. He allegedly disclosed that Dex was actually Sonny Corinthos' son. This revelation, if true, would have thrown the entire city of Port Charles into chaos. Picture the fallout. Sonny's empire would have been upended, and the power dynamics in the criminal underworld would have shifted drastically. The implications of this revelation would have been enormous, possibly sparking a full-blown war between the Corinthos family and rival factions. But now, with both Cyrus and Dex dead, we are left wondering if this truth will ever see the light of day. Who else knew about this? Could someone else still discover this explosive secret, or will it remain buried forever? We can only imagine the questions that will linger in the minds of General Hospital fans as they try to piece together the truth. Would this discovery have changed the way Sonny viewed his family? And how would it have impacted the already tumultuous relationships between the characters we know and love? This mystery remains one of the greatest unanswered questions surrounding Cyrus' legacy. Cyrus Renault. A villain like no other. There's no denying that Cyrus Renault was one of the most complex and layered villains Port Charles has ever seen. He wasn't just a run-of-the-mill antagonist driven by simple greed or power. Cyrus was a man who believed he was on a higher calling, convinced that his twisted sense of justice was the only way to truly save the world. In many ways, Cyrus was a villain trapped in his own delusions. He believed himself to be a spiritual leader, a man who could redeem others by force, and yet, his misguided efforts led to nothing but pain, suffering, and death. What made Cyrus even more dangerous was that he wasn't just a villain for the sake of villainy. His backstory, his motivations, and his relationships all played into his character arc, making him one of the most fascinating characters on the show. His claim to be a man seeking redemption may have fooled some, but anyone who crossed his path quickly learned that his version of redemption involved manipulation, control, and violence. As the show progressed, Cyrus' spiritual awakening only became more twisted, and what started as a potential redemption arc devolved into a full-fledged killing spree. He wasn't just a bad guy, he was a complex, terrifying force whose every move was calculated to control and destroy. Cyrus' reign of terror left a lasting impression, and his acts of cruelty weren't just about violence, they were about dismantling the very foundation of Port Charles's sense of justice. Characters like Lulu, Sam, Michael, Dex, and many others became victims of his deranged belief that he could fix them, and those who didn't comply with his vision of the world paid the ultimate price. The entire city became a battleground as Cyrus tried to force everyone to see the world through his eyes. The family secrets and unexpected connections. One of the most shocking twists in the saga of Cyrus Renault was the revelation that he was related to none other than Laura Spencer Collins, the beloved mayor of Port Charles. This connection was not only unexpected but added layers of complexity to his character that kept fans on edge. The idea that someone as dark and dangerous as Cyrus could share blood with such a beloved character as Laura made for one of the most compelling family dynamics on the show. But it wasn't just Laura who was caught up in the tangled web of Cyrus' life. His relationship with his half-brother, Martin Gray, played a crucial role in the unfolding drama. While Martin tried his best to steer Cyrus in a better direction, it was clear that the more dangerous side of Cyrus was far too entrenched in his psyche. The family connections between these two men became a focal point for much of the show's drama, as Martin and Laura both tried, unsuccessfully, to bring Cyrus back from the brink. Yet despite their best efforts, there was no turning back for Cyrus. His belief that he was beyond redemption grew stronger as his actions became increasingly erratic. His descent into madness was so profound that no amount of family love or reason could save him. His fate was sealed the moment he decided to take justice into his own hands, regardless of who he had to hurt along the way. A violent path to his final moments. When Cyrus Renaud met his end, it wasn't a quiet exit. Far from it, his death was as dramatic and violent as his entire existence in Port Charles. In one of the most intense confrontations the show has seen in years, the city's most dangerous villain was taken down. And who was responsible for this final act? None other than Jocelyn Jacques, who surprised everyone by delivering the fatal shot that ended Cyrus' reign of terror. Jocelyn's shot was a moment of pure catharsis for fans who had longed to see Cyrus finally pay for his crimes. It was a fitting end for a villain who had caused so much pain and suffering. Jocelyn, who had spent years navigating the chaotic world of Port Charles, proved that she had grown into a strong, capable individual, one who could take down even the most dangerous of enemies. Her act of bravery marked a turning point in her character's journey, solidifying her as one of the most formidable forces in the city. Yet, while Cyrus' physical death marked the end of an era, his influence and the fear he instilled in the residents of Port Charles will linger. His legacy is one of destruction, manipulation, and death, and though he may no longer walk the streets, the scars he left behind will not fade easily. Jeff Kober's emotional farewell. Before his final scenes aired, Jeff Kober took the time to reflect on his time portraying Cyrus Renaud. In an emotional interview with Soap Opera Digest, Kober shared his thoughts on saying goodbye to a character that had become such an integral part of his life. He mentioned how surreal it felt to process the end of his journey with General Hospital, noting that he had spent years crafting this complex character, who would go on to become one of the most memorable villains in soap opera history. "It's a strange feeling to let go," Kober confessed. "I miss going to work, I miss the people, and I miss the process of acting on a soap. It's one of the most thrilling experiences for an actor, where you can let go and let the scene unfold naturally." Kober spoke with great admiration for the show and for the unique opportunity it gave him to explore the depths of a character like Cyrus. He cherished every moment of his time on the show, despite the often grueling nature of soap opera acting. A legacy that will be remembered. Though Cyrus Renaud is no longer a threat to Port Charles, there is no doubt that his legacy will endure. His complex character, played to perfection by Jeff Kober, will go down as one of the greatest villains in General Hospital history. Cyrus wasn't just a simple antagonist, he was a deeply tragic figure whose life was marked by delusion, manipulation, and a violent need to control everything around him. Kober's performance brought nuance and depth to a role that could have easily been one-dimensional, and because of that, fans will never forget the impact he had on the show. So, what's next for Port Charles? With Cyrus gone, new challenges are sure to arise, but his exit marks the end of an era. And while we may never know the truth about Dex's parentage, we can take solace in knowing that the drama of Port Charles will continue, ever-changing and unpredictable. What do you think? Will the truth about Dex's parentage ever be uncovered? And how do you feel about Cyrus' death and Jeff Kober's portrayal of the character? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Next, we're going to dive into the latest buzz surrounding General Hospital and the rumors about one of its beloved stars, Rebecca Herbst. As always, the soap world is filled with speculation, And right now, fans are wondering if Elizabeth Webber's time in Port Charles is coming to an end. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Let's break it down and explore everything you need to know about Rebecca Herbst's current status on the show and the rumors swirling around her potential exit. What's next for Rebecca Herbst? As of now, Rebecca Herbst has not made any public comments about the latest round of speculation surrounding her future with General Hospital. Fans are waiting with bated breath to hear from the actress herself, but it's safe to say that the rumors aren't dying down anytime soon. With the way things are playing out in the storyline, it's understandable that some viewers might be questioning her character's fate, especially with the growing tension between Elizabeth and the villainous Cyrus Renaud. Given the high-stakes drama, we're all left wondering what's next for Elizabeth and whether or not she'll survive the upcoming confrontation. In the meantime, fans are watching closely for any official word from Rebecca or the General Hospital production team. Will there be an official statement or a reveal in the near future? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for more updates as the plot continues to thicken. The growing tension between Elizabeth and Cyrus. Right now, one of the key plot points that have sparked these rumors is the potential showdown between Elizabeth Webber and the dangerous Cyrus Renaud. For weeks, fans have been speculating about whether Elizabeth's character will survive the increasingly perilous situations she's finding herself in. Cyrus is known for his ruthlessness, having already killed characters like Sam McCall, and many believe he's capable of doing the same to Elizabeth. However, there is a glimmer of hope for Elizabeth. It seems as though she's beginning to outsmart Cyrus, using her intelligence and resourcefulness to stay one step ahead of him. This cleverness and tenacity have earned her some fans who believe she could pull through, despite the odds stacked against her. While this isn't the first time that Elizabeth has faced mortal danger at the hands of a villain, this particular storyline feels especially fraught with tension, and viewers are unsure of what will happen next. As her future on the show remains uncertain, we're left hanging on the edge of our seats, hoping Elizabeth can outwit her adversary once again. Rumors about Rebecca Herbst's departure. It's not the first time that Rebecca Herbst has been the subject of exit rumors. In fact, fans have been through this roller coaster ride before. Back in 2011, there were serious whispers suggesting that Rebecca might be leaving the show, causing an uproar among the General Hospital fanbase. The backlash was so intense that the decision was quickly reversed, and Rebecca was brought back to the show, much to the relief of fans who had grown attached to her portrayal of Elizabeth. Then, in 2022, another round of rumors swirled around Rebecca's departure. Once again, she had to take to social media to clear the air, reassuring fans that she wasn't fired, wasn't on vacation, and wasn't sick. The reason for her absence from the screen at that time was simply a lack of storyline material. While this was a relief to fans who were worried about her exit, it also raised questions about how the show handles its veteran actors when their storylines aren't as prominent. The incident proved that General Hospital is still very much capable of stirring up rumors, but in Rebecca's case, it's clear that the actress values transparency with her fanbase and keeps them in the loop when necessary. The rumors that won't die. Now, in 2025, rumors are once again circulating about Rebecca Herbst's potential exit from the soap opera. With the ongoing storyline involving Cyrus and the high-stakes drama surrounding Elizabeth's life, it's easy to see why fans are speculating about the direction her character might take. However, before jumping to conclusions, it's important to remember that these rumors are, at this point, just that, rumors. The General Hospital team has not made any official announcements about her status, and as of now, it's unclear whether the actress is staying or leaving. One thing is certain, though, fans are deeply invested in Elizabeth's journey. Her character has gone through so much over the years, from heartache and betrayal to moments of triumph and love, and viewers are anxious to see what the future holds for her. Whether or not Rebecca Herbst is staying on the show, it's clear that Elizabeth's story is far from over, and fans will continue to tune in, hoping for more thrilling twists and turns. A history of uncertainty. It's worth noting that General Hospital has a long history of keeping fans on their toes when it comes to character exits. Whether it's due to behind-the-scenes contract negotiations, actor preferences, or the direction of the storyline, the show often throws curveballs when fans least expect them. Rebecca Herbst's career with General Hospital has been one filled with both uncertainty and long-term success. While the rumors about her departure have been persistent over the years, they've never managed to get in the way of her popularity with fans. Her portrayal of Elizabeth Weber, one of the most enduring characters on the show, has been integral to General Hospital's success over the years. From her early days as a teenager in Port Charles to her current role as a savvy, capable adult, Elizabeth has evolved into a character fans can't help but root for. The actress herself has become synonymous with the role, and it's hard to imagine anyone else bringing the same level of depth and vulnerability to the character. The backlash of a potential exit. The speculation surrounding Rebecca Herbst's departure has understandably caused a stir among General Hospital fans. Elizabeth Weber is one of the show's most beloved characters, and the idea of her leaving the canvas is something many fans aren't ready to accept. In fact, whenever the question of her departure arises, it typically sparks an outpouring of support for the actress and her character. Fans have made it clear that they aren't ready to see Elizabeth go, and the backlash would likely be significant if her exit were to happen. This type of fan loyalty is a testament to Rebecca Herbst's powerful impact on General Hospital. She has cultivated a deep connection with her audience, and the character of Elizabeth has become a cornerstone of the show's narrative. The idea of losing such a key character would undoubtedly create a ripple effect throughout the entire show, and fans are eager to see how this chapter will unfold. What's really going on behind the scenes? So, what's the truth behind these rumors? Is Rebecca Herbst really leaving General Hospital? While there has been no official confirmation, the possibility is something fans are clearly concerned about. The current storyline involving Elizabeth and her confrontation with Cyrus certainly provides plenty of dramatic material for her character, but whether this will mark the end of her journey in Port Charles remains to be seen. As of now, all we can do is watch and wait. It's a waiting game to see if the actress or the producers will weigh in on the matter, and if so, when that moment will come. Until then, fans will continue to speculate, theorize, and keep their fingers crossed that Elizabeth's story isn't coming to an end just yet. So, what do you guys think? Will Rebecca Herbst be leaving General Hospital, or will she stick around to outsmart Cyrus one more time? Next, we're diving into some major General Hospital spoilers and behind-the-scenes drama, courtesy of none other than the talented Eden McCoy, who plays the beloved Jocelyn Jacks. Things are about to get pretty wild in Port Charles, and Eden recently teased some huge developments surrounding the character of Cyrus Renaud. So, what can we expect next for the show, and what role does Eden's cryptic message play in all this chaos? Let's take a closer look at the clues and speculate on what might be coming next. Eden McCoy's exciting tease. Eden McCoy has certainly left fans on the edge of their seats with her latest post on social media. The actress shared some behind-the-scenes photos with her co-star Jeff Kober, who plays the infamous Cyrus Renaud, hinting at some dramatic events ahead. In her caption, she wrote, "Cat's out of the bag. Joss clearly feels differently, but I adore you at Jeff Kober. You are so beyond talented and I'm so lucky I got to share time with you." So much more to come. Here we go. This post has left fans buzzing with questions. Is something major about to happen to Cyrus? And what exactly does it mean for Jocelyn and her future on the show? From this playful but mysterious message, it's clear that there's a lot more in store for the characters of Jocelyn and Cyrus. Eden's excitement and anticipation are palpable, and her words suggest that something significant is brewing between her character and the villainous Cyrus. Fans are eagerly awaiting to see how this dynamic will evolve, and the stakes couldn't be higher. With Jocelyn's emotional journey and Cyrus' dangerous presence, the tension is mounting. We can't help but wonder, what kind of shocking twists are we in for? Jocelyn and Cyrus, the tension builds. The brewing tension between Jocelyn and Cyrus has been a major talking point among General Hospital fans. For those who have been following the storyline, it's clear that the character of Cyrus poses a serious threat to Jocelyn and everyone she holds dear. As a seasoned villain, Cyrus' manipulations and schemes have wreaked havoc on Port Charles, and his ruthless behavior shows no sign of slowing down. But Jocelyn, who's grown into a strong, capable woman over the years, is no longer the naive teenager she once was. With Jocelyn now standing up to Cyrus, viewers are left wondering how far she'll go to protect her family and friends. This is a pivotal moment in her journey, and it's clear that her interactions with Cyrus will have lasting consequences. Whether it's through her cleverness, her emotional strength, or her sheer determination, Jocelyn's story is about to take some very unexpected turns. As the stakes grow higher, it's going to be fascinating to see how this confrontation plays out and what it means for the characters in the long term. What does this mean for Cyrus? Given the ongoing storyline and Eden McCoy's cryptic teaser, it seems likely that Cyrus' time in Port Charles may be coming to an end sooner rather than later. After all, the walls are closing in on him. Cyrus has caused so much destruction and pain over the years, from his control over the drug trade to his more personal vendettas against key characters in the city. And now, with his increasingly tense interactions with Jocelyn, it seems like his days may be numbered. Fans are speculating that Jocelyn could be a key player in bringing Cyrus' reign of terror to a close. Whether she manages to outsmart him or someone else steps in to deal the final blow, the time for Cyrus to face the consequences of his actions might finally be upon us. Of course, nothing is ever certain in General Hospital, and as we've seen before, villains like Cyrus have a way of slipping through the cracks. Still, the increasing tension suggests that his storyline could be reaching its climactic end. Fan reactions. What are viewers saying? It's clear from the reaction of fans that Eden McCoy's recent teaser has sparked intense excitement and speculation. Many fans have commented on her post, praising the performances of both her and Jeff Kober. One fan wrote, "Your performance was awesome. Joss is gonna need her family and friends to help her through this. It's time to bring Cameron back permanently even if it's a recast." Another fan added, "What a great scene. And you both played it perfectly. I can only imagine what's in store for Joss now and I can't wait to see you continue to shine. We are all going to miss it, Jeff Kober." The positive feedback from fans shows just how much viewers are invested in these characters and their storylines. They're eagerly awaiting the next developments, wondering what twists and turns are in store for Jocelyn and Cyrus. It's clear that Eden and Jeff have cultivated a strong connection with the audience, and fans can't wait to see how the drama unfolds. The legacy of Jeff Kober's performance as Cyrus. Jeff Kober's portrayal of Cyrus Renault has undeniably left a lasting mark on General Hospital. As one of the show's most formidable villains, Kober's nuanced performance has added depth to the character of Cyrus, making him both terrifying and complex. Cyrus may have been a ruthless criminal mastermind, but Kober's performance has allowed viewers to see the humanity beneath the surface, albeit a deeply flawed and dangerous humanity. As the storyline involving Cyrus reaches its peak, it's clear that his time in Port Charles has been a defining part of the show's recent history. Whether he's finally defeated or his reign of terror continues, Jeff Kober's performance will undoubtedly be remembered as one of the most memorable on the show in recent years. His chemistry with fellow cast members, particularly Eden McCoy, has brought a level of intensity to the screen that fans won't soon forget. A glimpse into the future, what lies ahead? So, what does the future hold for Jocelyn and Cyrus? With the latest General Hospital spoilers, we can only speculate about the drama that's set to unfold. Will Jocelyn find a way to outmaneuver Cyrus and bring him down? Or will a new threat emerge to challenge her? As always, General Hospital is full of surprises, and this latest teaser has only fueled the anticipation for what's to come. Fans will undoubtedly be watching closely to see how this storyline plays out and what twists await our beloved characters. As for Eden McCoy, her exciting posts and hints about upcoming developments suggest that Jocelyn's journey is far from over. Her character has grown so much over the years, and now she's facing one of her biggest challenges yet. With the support of her family and friends, it's possible that Jocelyn will emerge victorious, though the path to victory may be fraught with danger and uncertainty. Stay tuned, because it looks like things are about to get even more intense in Port Charles. What are your thoughts on the current storyline? Do you think Jocelyn will be able to outsmart Cyrus, or is his time in Port Charles truly running out? Next, we're diving into some jaw-dropping moments in Port Charles that have fans on the edge of their seats. With family secrets, intense confrontations, and shocking twists, General Hospital continues to deliver drama that leaves us wanting more. Whether it's dealing with dark secrets or navigating dangerous situations, the stakes are higher than ever. Let's take a closer look at what's been happening in the lives of some of your favorite characters. A devastating confession from Brooke Lynn. In a quiet, emotionally charged moment at home, Brooke Lynn finally opens up to Harrison Chase about a secret that has haunted her for years. With tears in her eyes, she reveals the truth about her past. She was pregnant as a teenager, and it's a secret she's kept hidden for far too long. As she confesses, Chase is stunned, struggling to process the revelation. His shocked response, "You were pregnant as a teenager, and you've held on to this secret all this time?" says it all. Brooke Lynn fears that this truth might cause him to resent her, especially since the details are so complex, involving Dante Falconeri, the father of the child. She's left wondering if she will ever have the strength to share the full story with Chase, or if she will continue to minimize the truth, referring to Dante as "a boy I got involved with at camp years ago." The weight of Brooke Lynn's secret is not just about her past but about the trust she's built with Chase. Will this revelation shatter their relationship, or will they grow stronger in the face of such a difficult truth? The emotional stakes couldn't be higher as Brooke Lynn grapples with the fear of losing everything, especially Chase's love and acceptance. This complex situation leaves us wondering, how will their future together unfold? Jocelyn's self-defense turns into a nightmare. Things take a dark turn when Jocelyn Jax is forced to defend herself against the menacing Cyrus Renault, and in the process, she ends up shooting him with Dex Heller's gun. The moment is filled with terror, as Cyrus, armed with an axe and threatening Jocelyn's life, pushes her into a deadly corner. In a split second, Jocelyn pulls the trigger, and the consequences are immediate. What's more complicated is the fact that she had broken into Cyrus's cabin earlier, rifling through his belongings and uncovering critical evidence. She hadn't been careful, leaving her fingerprints all over the scene, on hospital bracelets Cyrus had kept as twisted trophies from his victims. The combination of her actions, both breaking into the cabin and shooting him, now puts Jocelyn in a perilous situation, with the risk of facing criminal charges looming over her. As Jocelyn contemplates the consequences of her actions, she's left haunted by Cyrus' chilling final words, "Now you're a murderer." Her guilt is compounded by the looming uncertainty about whether she'll be able to prove her innocence. Even worse, her options seem limited. Her confidant, Brennan, presents two choices: involve the authorities and face the wrath of the law, or take matters into their own hands and handle the situation themselves. As the tension rises, Brennan suggests cleaning up the crime scene, possibly even getting rid of the body. It's a slippery slope, and Jocelyn finds herself caught between doing what's right and protecting herself from an unforgiving world. The mysterious fate of Cyrus Renault. The web of deceit surrounding Cyrus Renault continues to unravel as his dark actions come to light. His twisted plan has affected countless lives, but the police have started to piece together the truth about his violent encounters. One of his most chilling crimes involved confronting Elizabeth Baldwin while wielding a syringe filled with digitalis, a deadly substance he had previously used to harm Lucky Spencer. The immediate aftermath of this assault has been dire, with Lucky's condition rapidly deteriorating. As his family waits for updates, fear spreads through the hospital corridors. Will the antidote be effective in saving him, or will they lose him forever? Meanwhile, Dante Falconeri and Anna Devane work tirelessly to pursue Cyrus, uncovering details of his whereabouts and hoping to catch him before it's too late. As Anna and Dante strategize, they share a moment of determination, with Dante firmly asserting, "He can run, but that bastard can't hide." Little do they know, the immediate threat posed by Cyrus has already been neutralized. However, questions remain. Will the evidence Jocelyn discovered lead to his final downfall? Or has the dangerous criminal managed to elude capture once again, slipping away from justice? The struggle for Lucky Spencer's survival. In the midst of the chaos surrounding Cyrus, a life-or-death situation plays out in the hospital as Lucky Spencer fights for his life after being stabbed with the deadly syringe. Elizabeth Baldwin, frantic and terrified, springs into action, administering CPR as she desperately pleads for him to hold on. Every moment counts as Lucky's family anxiously waits for news on his condition. With Aidan Weber and Elizabeth by his side, they cling to the hope that the antidote administered by Isaiah Gannon will work its magic and bring him back from the brink. But even as the medical team works tirelessly to save him, a dark cloud hangs over them. There's no guarantee that the antidote will be enough to counteract the digitalis, a toxin that has already begun to take its toll on Lucky's body. As the situation grows more dire, Portia Robinson and Isaiah face the terrifying possibility that they may lose Lucky. The ICU becomes a battleground between life and death, and as the doctors work to stabilize him, the tension in the air is palpable. Isaiah's concern for his friend is evident, and the fear that the antidote might not be enough sends a chill through the room. The question on everyone's mind is whether Lucky will survive, and if he does, what toll this ordeal will take on him and his loved ones. A truce between Drew and Jason. As tensions continue to rise in Port Charles, an unexpected visitor arrives at Drew Quartermain's home. Jason Morgan, seeking peace, shows up with a proposition: a truce. Drew, taken aback by this unexpected move, listens as Jason explains his reasoning. At the heart of Jason's request is the memory of the late Sam McCall, whose death has deeply impacted him. Jason has made a solemn vow at her grave, one that involves prioritizing the safety and well-being of their children, Danny Morgan and Emily Scout Quartermain. The question now is whether Drew will be able to set aside his past animosities with his twin brother. Will he agree to put family first and move forward with a ceasefire? Or will old wounds prevent him from embracing Jason's olive branch? The dynamic between Drew and Jason has always been tense, but for the sake of their children, the future of their relationship may depend on their ability to find common ground. Will this truce mark the beginning of a new chapter for these brothers, or will their rivalry continue to tear them apart? So, as the drama continues to unfold, the fate of these characters remains uncertain. Will Jocelyn escape the consequences of her actions? Will Brooke Lynn's secret tear apart her relationship with Chase? And how will Drew and Jason navigate their complicated past to secure a future for their families? There's no telling where these storylines will lead, but one thing's for sure, General Hospital fans have a lot to look forward to. Stay tuned for more twists, turns, and emotional roller coasters as the drama in Port Charles intensifies.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.